Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to part 2 of our little death egg video. In this video we're going to be constructing the death egg. Now you might remember in the last video we put these parts all together. These parts do not like being taken apart once they have been put together. It's a real problem, so try not to put it together until you are 100% ready. So the first part is we're going to use our little rings here, and it looks like we have to connect them, and it specifically says that I see. So I think the one with the two prongs here is supposed to go at the top, and no, the one with the two prongs a little bit here is supposed to go at the bottom, it seems. No, that's not right. No, I think the instruction manual was lying to me, because this part here clearly has 2 holes here and here, and this part here clearly has 4 holes here and here. So this one has 2 prongs there and there, this one has 4 prongs, so that goes that way, I think. So let's try this, shall we? So I think there's a lot of this that's going to have to only just barely happen on camera. Unfortunately, you guys are just going to have to accept it. So that does click in, and that does click together, and okay, there we go. So that is what it should look like. I'm going to move this back just a little bit. So you can see here that it's not exactly a perfect circle. It's not, but it's actually designed to properly be that way. Once it clicks together, that is what it looks like. So that is what you're looking for. That is the first part of it. We are now going to attach that to the bottom of the base here. Now, is there an order to this, or can it go in any way? I think it goes any way, so this should click into here. And it does. And it should have the ability to spin, so if my hand wasn't in the way. So it doesn't spin, it only gets that far because of this little part here. So if that wasn't there, then it would be able to spin all the way around. I wonder if in the original concept design of this was supposed to actually spin, you know, all the way around rather than just going back and forth like that. Now this part here with these prongs like so are going to connect into these parts here. So we're going to click that in, because that is the next thing that it says. That I'm looking at these instructions here, so this is the part that I am gazing at. And it says to make sure that something is going on with something, and I'm not sure what that something is. So are we supposed to... Are we supposed to do this with this part pressed up? Or what is going on here? Oh, hang on. I think this might be backwards. So actually we can fix it just by doing this, but you see here how there's a little plastic bit on this circle there? I think that is supposed to co-line with this little part here that has a little ridge there. So I think those are supposed to line up, and hopefully, if it does, then this should clip in. And yep, when you press this, this little part does pop up like so. And it turns with it as well. So that's what you want to make sure of. You want to make sure that this part can press up, because I think that's going to be an important part later on in this. The next part is we have to connect the top area. This part here, this is of course the face of Eggman, and it is going to connect to the top. I'm just going to read ahead and make sure that there is nothing that we are missing. Also, I did remove these parts from the cardboard. These parts do look like they're going to be necessary, so do make sure to grab those bits as well. Make sure you don't accidentally go throwing those out when you're throwing out your packaging. So this is going to connect up to the top here. Now once this connects on, it really does not like being taken apart. In order to take it apart again, you have to press these little parts here, and that will unclip the top part for you. So that is something to be aware of. So this should hold together in here, like so. And we're going to try and clip this down. There's 4 little clips that you want to hear clip into play. And for some reason this isn't really reaching up here. It feels like, hopefully those little clips will help with that. I don't know if you can see that there's a little bit of wobbliness to here. So there is 2 clips, and it says to make sure that the one that only has 1 prong, it goes in the top, and the one that has the little extra bit here goes into the bottom. So I think this is supposed to connect onto somewhere. Oh, that does. It just clicked in there immediately, as it did. So you can see, hopefully on camera, this little bit is actually doing this. And this part here is just going to click into the top. And that should hopefully connect it all up. Yep, okay, so now the top part is locked in as well. So we do now have the little moving parts. If only I could... Let me just move the camera up a little bit so that you can see this top little bit here is all locked in, all locked together. And we have our little bit at the bottom there, and our little bit at the top here, like so. Okay, so now that that's done, what happens next? Now we attach Dr. Eggman, which we did in the previous video, and this is going to click into here, like so. Okay, so it does click in. I thought it was just going to sit very loosely. So he does look pretty cool in there. It's kind of a cool thing, actually. I mean, originally I just wanted the front half of this. You know, I wanted it just for this part here. But actually looking at this looks kind of cool. This looks like it could kind of do something. And now this part here, we have Sonic on the little plastic bit here. His foot is supposed to click into this little part there, but his little like foot peg hole there. The camera is just in refusal to... Oh, there we go, we got it. But he just didn't seem to want to do it, and he's quite happy and satisfied, so I was happy to let him go. So now this part here is somehow supposed to connect to this part here. So does this just slide in from here maybe? Is that what is supposed to go on? He does. Okay. Then there's no instruction for the next part other than it just says that Sonic flies around. So I don't think there's any electronic part. I think that you're just supposed to do this manually. It takes quite a lot of swing. Okay, let's just do him like this from the top. And well, I'm not sure what I was expecting, if I'm honest with you. But that is apparently what it does. I don't know if there's any way to get him onto the other line. And even if you did, this part up here wouldn't, like this part up here that you can see there, wouldn't turn to go with the red line. So I think maybe this red line part here is just fake. You guys are going to have to let me know in the comment section below if there's a way to actually use this, if there's a way to make them switch between the two different tracks. But it looks like it's just like this. So what the idea here, presumably, I'm wondering if this was supposed to be electronic at some point, where like Sonic was supposed to, like, you know, go around in circles, like, you know, over and over again, but they ended up deciding that would be maybe just too expensive or just impractical. But it seems that once we've got Sonic at the bottom here, we're supposed to press this little button here, the little button that you can, if you remember it being there, and then that's going to hit that little bit at the bottom, which is going to make this explode up. And let's try it. Houston, we have a problem. Well, you can see that Sonic is trying to headbutt it, but it's hang on, maybe if you try and align this a little bit better. Oh my goodness. I don't think this is working exactly the way that they had planned it to. You can see that the little button is getting pressed on the bottom of Eggman's thing. Not unless, are you supposed to actually do this, like to time it? Nope, because that doesn't help matters at all either. I'm trying to just kind of lean Sonic over to the side a little bit. I see what is supposed to happen. You're supposed to do this. And this is supposed to press up. And then that is supposed to hit over there. Is this not connected well enough? Nope, it is solidly in there. That is all together. We'll try it once more. Let's try giving... There. Well, we gave Sonic a little bit of help. But he did it, folks. Yay! Well done. Congratulations, Sonic. You managed to defeat the Death Egg. And there you go. There is your little Dr. Eggman as well. So, so what do I think of it overall? I think it's really cool concept. It's really cool in the design ways. The look of it is very, very cool as well. I like... Initially, I thought the inside part of this was just going to be, like, you know, it wasn't going to be very good looking. It was not going to be very enjoyable. But actually, seeing it all out and how it works and in person and things, it does seem kind of cool. I like the idea of this thing. I wasn't sure how this was exactly going to work initially. But seeing it all, you know, and all clipping together, it just makes this look like a much bigger, much stronger figure for Eggman, of course. Let's clip this in. See there? And that is what it is going to look like. So, it is a really cool thing. You know, you've got your Sonic. So the Sonic's legs don't move. This is, of course, a new mold for Sonic. It's also a new Dr. Eggman mold as well. But, yeah, in terms of how it looks, and of course, your big old Death Egg as well. It is very, very cool to see. So I think that is exactly how it works. I think we've done everything that we can do with it. So very last thing we're going to do is we're going to try and put this on our rotation gimmick and see if we can show it off to you all. Though I am not purely hopeful about this. Let's make sure that it doesn't actually hit off the back there. Yep, okay, there we go. It's not quite perfect, but let me just lean the camera up a little bit, and then you guys can get a good idea of what this Death Egg playset does look like in the end. So it is really, really cool when you see it. It's actually really cool seeing it rotate like that as well. It gives the idea of a big final level with a big Death Egg. Like that looks really cool, seeing the actual face part like rotating around like that. That's not a moon, it's a space station. But there we are, folks. We have built up our Death Egg playset. We've put it all together, and it does seem really, really cool. So I'm a lot more pleased with it than what I expected myself to be. And well, there we are, folks. That is going to be the end of this little video. I really hope you all enjoyed. If you did enjoy it, please give me a like, share, and subscribe. And if you are subscribed, make sure you click that notification icon so you can see when more of these glorious little videos go out. And we shall see you all in the next video. Goodbye, everybody.